Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream here on the Twitch, .tv / the Xisuma. Peeps, it is early in the morning on a Saturday for me. If I was going to stream today, pretty much need to do it straight away. It's almost 8 o'clock. Dang, that's early. Very early. Let's get set up here. Blur. Gosh, my brain's going to be so slow. I've barely woken up. I do have a coffee with me, by the way. Yo, Decana Heaven. Good to see you in chat. Millie XM, welcome to the stream. A little sip of the coffee. It's very hot. Very, very hot. Last live stream was very interesting. It was just one of those things that sometimes happens. You see, I logged onto the server, set up with a plan. And by pure coincidence, you know, timing and stuff, I just hopped into this portal here. And then the next 3 hours of my life, we were just hanging out and chatting. It was a much needed thing. This is kind of frozen for a second there. Yeah, so we hung out with Ren, False, and Wells for the rest of the stream. And the four of us have cooked up a little something we're going to do on Wednesday. But no promises. However, Wednesday evening, okay, it's not on my schedule. But if you want to make a note to tune back in then, we got something cool for you. It'll be a surprise. Yo! Eli Miku, thank you so much for 4 months. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Good morning. How early do you get up? At the moment, I've been waking up at like 6, half 6. Since I've been jet lagged, my circadian rhythm has just been very, very like odd. I would get really yawny in the evening, which is not a thing I do. Like, I am not a go to bed tired person. I'm usually like full of energy, and I would get yawny and I would just fall asleep around 10:30 and wake up about 6, half 6, and like it's just been like that. But now I feel like I'm slowly just getting over the jet lag. It's really weird. I've never suffered with jet lag before, but then I've never traveled that far and had such crazy long travels, so kind of makes sense. Right, welcome to all the peeps tuning in and saying hello and talking about the time zones where they are. You know it's the morning when people in chat are talking about time zones. Why do you never talk about time zones when it's the evening? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so the last couple of streams we've been wanting to work on this stuff, and then I've ended up just doing it off stream. I'm going to take away my helmet up here. I don't really like that. So we got one for loglands. I want to put in some decorated pots and also some logs out here, like log piles. Could be cool decorations. Actually, now that I think about it, they're going to leave like a lot of exposed surfaces, which things could spawn on. I've taken the utmost care to make sure there isn't... Is that... Oh my god. Let's find out. Can they spawn on there? Like, my light levels are set up to show you... Oh! I've just realized something. My light levels only display when a mob... When the light level is under, like, a certain number or something, right? Or when it's 0, I think. Oh, okay, we might have discovered something here. How do I, that's it, I do remember. No, that's the wrong hotkey. Options, bam, I've got a hotkey for it. So like light levels, there's an option somewhere in here. Oh, you can jump between the other ones, that's cool. There's an option in here for when they display. Doesn't look like any of those. This might be it. Spawnable? Always. There you go. So marker condition. Now we can see that that is, I don't know, maybe a spot that something in the Nether could spawn. I need a professional here. I need someone in the know. Do we have to clear up every single block, or is it done by light levels? Look at that. That was not revealed to us before. I need to go get some carpets, I guess. Just put the resin layer on top of it to make it spawn proof. That's a good idea. I had ideas for some of the other ones. I had ideas. What were they? Logs, I think, like using pressure plates from the wood type. So like two of those. I'm probably gonna discover a few more. Needs a creaking statue. You know what? That'd be cool. Can creaking spawn in the Nether? I feel like this should be able to spawn in the Nether. I have a feeling they don't though. I'm pretty sure it's something I tested when the creaking snapshots first came out. Alright, so we'll take a few of those carpets. They don't, says DJ Haiti. Well, there it is. Right there, settled. They don't spawn it in the Nether, said random person on the internet. No need to check it. No need at all. Just trying to think, the tough portal that we made, did it have packed mud? Because I think I'm going to need jungle wood to make those pressure plates. It'll be the last one. Here we go. Now, can I use block swapper on the pressure plates? Yes. The other darkest pressure plate is dark oak. I'm going to need some dark oak as well. Okay, we got that. What's this? Good idea for? I'll do it for you. I thought, oh, what's this good idea we're talking about? Eat and drink something, get a warm blanket. What? What are we talking about over here? Your storage room always makes the brain tingle in a good way, says Slightly Lucid. Yeah, that's awesome. I think next season's storage room will make it... What's an upgrade from tingle? Will it make it tangle? I think it'll make it tangle. Right, so... Oh my god, no! Wow, okay, yeah, dang, covering everything up is tedious. So we definitely did miss a spot back there, and here, wow. It's easy, isn't it? It's easy to miss stuff. Right, then resin, we're gonna... It still puts the line there. Maybe we go with Chacha on that one. Get us some Chacha wood. A creaking head on an armor stand increased the size to hide the portal. You can walk through the head. Huh. That's a really cool idea for the portals and all that stuff. Right, it's not the worst thing ever. But over there, it might be the worst thing ever. Have a look again. You started saying Acacia and schedule how X does. I feel like I got cursed. You have been cursed. I'm sorry. You know, I'm not sure what looks better here. Probably spruce on those two. Wonder if it'll activate any redstone stuff. Now, I do have grey carpets, but I'm kind of thinking a repeater and a flower pot. I also wanted to put some decorated pots around here. Like one of those. Then we need a flower pot. Oh my god, chest monster. Yeah, and then maybe like a decorated pot, actually. Yeah, I reckon decorated pot there. And a repeater. Oh my god, then there's this thing. Oh. I feel like putting the pots on top of the redstone stuff is a little bit silly. Like, you know, it's redstone. We need something redstoney on it. I'm sure we got something redstoney we can put on there. You made a joke about our parasocial relationship with you the other day, X. Do you think it works both ways and you have a parasocial relationship with your audience? No, I don't. I don't think that's what parasocial is, but I think there is a flip to that, but the flip isn't parallel, right? There's definitely a relationship like a creator can have with their audience. And I haven't heard anyone discuss it in a way that puts like a name on it. And I wouldn't care to come up with a name. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But I became aware of how having an audience like affected, I guess, let's say my behavior, my sense of self, like whatever different angle you can think of that might influence your being. I thought about that a lot a long time ago, and I feel like I know what one I want. I feel like stone pressure plates was not on our list of pressure plates a moment ago. It's not in the same category. Interesting. I could have used that. Anyway. There were certain things that I became aware of and thought about a lot. Like, for example, like people, this is one of the reasons why I don't like crossing over my IRL life with what I do online, is because people talk about you in a very different way online than they will IRL, and people will perceive you in a very different way from how you are IRL. And I don't want to like convolute them, because people will say extraordinarily nice things to you online because they experience you in that parasocial way. So when it comes back to you, I think in this space online you can receive a lot of positive signals that are not the same as IRL signals. Now, I don't let that like get to me in a way where I have an ego or over perceive myself or something, right? Like, it doesn't get to me that way, but when I feel down, it does help me. Like, everyone has ups and downs, and when I'm feeling a bit moody or whatever, I can remind myself that, hey, you know, like, online a bunch of people like what I do and entertain them. It's, you know, I kind of let it affect me when it's air quotes useful, but when it comes to like who you are as a person and how you interact with other people, all of this online stuff is kind of meaningless to me in IRL. Like it's yeah, because I think the flip side can be unhealthy if you go around interacting with people thinking, oh, I got this many subscribers and these people, you know, tune into my stream and I got all these viewers, and you know, like that's just gonna mess with your head. That's in a bad way for you and for other people. Doom's Notch says, what about specific members of the audience, i.e. when you say hello gamers every stream Bear was in? Hello gamers. That's just being goofy and having fun, and if ever Bear didn't like that, she could reach out to me and be like, hey, I'm over it, you know. And then I would stop. Like, and I make jokes at the air quotes expense of other people here, but like, not really. It's all a goof and a gaff. If I pick up on a message of yours and run with it and do something silly with it, it's all for fun and entertainment. So that again, and then if someone doesn't find it fun, you let me know, and we'll move on. Forgil says, talking about the parasocial relationship, can you take care of all the tasks we asked you to do in Discord? I mean, it's not really about parasocial relationships, is it? I didn't have the energy to reply. I was just about to hit live. I saw a message come in. I'll reply to it later today. I was just like, hey, I'm about to stream. I'm going to do this. Discord can be really distracting, you know, messages going off and being pulled around to do different things. By the way, so having a little bit of a waffle here, but we've now kind of put the finishing touches, I think, on these. So these have been done, and then yeah, what I was gonna do last stream before I went through that portal, literally that was it. I just went through a portal and all my plans got diverted. I was gonna build this. I have no idea if it would have turned out the same way, but I really like how it's turned out. The only problem is it looks great from the front. After I finished building it, I noticed if you're directly side on with it, it's not quite as interesting a build. There might be some ways to remedy that a little bit. Remedy. This thing is like almost directly underneath that. It's like off by 1 block. But yeah, there you go. That's the spawn chunks portal, and because it's on that little hill, it actually looks quite significant and central. And because it represents what it is in the overworld, I really think it fits in this space quite well. This is very cool. That's forces. Nice. And then on the outside out here, I'm not sure if like we should be doing stuff to clear this up, change how it looks. Who knows? This coffee is really good temperature for drinking now. Right, so open up the options, search for the light levels, change it back to how it used to be. Huh, what was it? Always, it was spawnable, I think, and that's the default. Right, okay. Yo, the corn YC. Although now I'm looking at it like the core NYC. Is it NYC like New York City? Or is that just a coincidence? Yo, 5 months, almost half a year time, definitely does fly. Thanks for the subscription, I do appreciate it. You always build 4 portals for the center one, and every side has a portal. This is Lightning Aussie. It's not a bad idea, that, is it? Maybe we'll come back and revise this. That was sort of something I was thinking of after. If we think about it, I think it would make... It's currently 1 wide here, and then it would go to 5 wide. Well, actually, I think what we'd end up with is just this on every side, right? I might do that. Not today though. We'll see. I might come back to that because I'm on a mission to wrap up my projects and stuff before I start anything new. And so, the next thing we're going to do is go fix Mace Race. Then we're going to check my mailbox because I got a list of errands to run, right? Elu says, do I like musicals? Strangely, no. Like, musicals never pull me in. There's something about the format of the musical and the style of the music that really doesn't appeal to me. And I couldn't tell you why. I think I'd appreciate a musical movie a little bit more, though. But, yeah, strangely not into it. The Can Heaven says, I love myself some metal rhythms in the morning. The music goes hard today. What are you listening to, Miss Sugar? Better be Miss Sugar. You love you a good musical. Look, if you love it, get into it. Enjoy it. Like, in our heads, we have these little barriers where we dislike and like stuff, and musicals is just one I've not been able to get over. I don't know why. Maybe one day I'll see one that really appeals to me, and then it'll click, and I'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm a big idiot!" And then it'll all like click into place. But until that day comes. All right, let's drop these things off then. Got to do a sort at some point. What did I say we're gonna go do? We gotta go fix mace race, that's right, yeah. I got a feeling that means I'm gonna need some totems. Do you have any band recommendations, X's Crash? Always. I need to know what you're looking for first. Otherwise I could just pull like random bands out the middle of nowhere. I was talking about the background music. Oh, right. You better wake up or I'll make you wake up fight, says to Kanahavan. You are spot on. It's literally why I picked it. I was like, I need something with a little bit of energy today. Just to kind of like wake me up and get me going. And I love these sort of like janky video game soundtracks. I've been listening to the Metal Gear Solid soundtracks and they've got a little bit of this jank here and there. Oh, we never turned off these light level things. Chicken! God. Dang it, there's a chicken here. Let's go wreck that fool. Oh, you got wrecked. Dude, animals love to crawl into this area. I don't know what is up with it. Right, so apparently near the end, something is broken, and it's probably on the other side. Oh, by the way, I was thinking I might make like a solo mace race. Yeah, you can see where it is. Oh, it's over there. Huh. It's also kind of like rotated wrong. Or is it? That one's rotated wrong. We can fix that. This won't take long to fix. But how did it get over here? X, do you know the news? I think you need to reword your question. Do I know the news? Oh, hello. Hi. Why are there always visitors here, man? Why are they always visiting? I can't be bothered to do these trades. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You saw nothing. Murder did not occur. No. I was just keeping Mace Race clean. Opinions on the Metal Gear Revenge Rising vocal tracks. I don't know anything by name. I just put on the soundtrack and let it play. I think someone has actually just put this back manually to the side. I think that's what Jevin's done here. Which is kind of handy. Maybe the other one as well? Yeah, maybe that one is also incorrect because it's rotated. Yeah, it's rotated the wrong way. Okay, I think we can work with this. Do that, and then go down and sort this one out. So this one we go with a rotation to begin with. Gravity is no here though. Interesting. Then we check where it was on the other side. I think they're all like half a block off the bottom because it's in line with that. And that looks correct. Wait, have the Hermits tried Mace Race yet? Yeah, loads of Hermits have played it. Okay, anyway, right, so no base plate, no gravity. I mean, it's going to go up, but then we want it to go forward by about 3 blocks, maybe 2. That looks about right. One more block that way, and then up a bunch. So it's gonna be like half a block above that one. So let's put it up half a block higher. Okay, now it's kind of like, oh, do you know what? I'm not sure if it is half a block. Or is this thing 1.5 blocks to begin with? Right, so now it's just 1 block above. Don't want to be down here. Right, now it's actually 1.5 blocks above. So here's where we kind of want to guesstimate the gap between these blocks. It's almost like the blocks behind them would help us measure. So like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to guesstimate this about 2.5 blocks. I think this thing might only need to go up by 2 from here. So now what we want to do is we kind of just want to get super level with the top of that thing. Or like, look at that right there, okay? So when we go over to this side and we look at this one, we have to say, you know, is it the same? And clearly it's not. I think we might need to go up a whole block or half a block. We'll start with 1. So we do something similar again. We're just trying to like find that edge. There you go. Like it's very, very flat there. So go all the way to the other side and we're too high up. So it was half a block. Right, and even though I'm pretty sure that's exactly where it is, we're going to check it. Let's just fly over and see if it feels similar. Yeah, it's pretty much the same height now, okay? Alright, so that's mace race fixed. Secret Agent, welcome to the chat. And Maddie5957 as well, welcome, welcome. You know what, my microphone is on this side, and chat is over on that side. And I'm pretty sure when I look at chat and I talk, I sound like this. And when I look at the noises in the air, I sound like this. Do you notice the difference? So no on all of those. I just kind of want to check that we didn't miss something. I don't think we did. I wanted to create another mace game, like a solo one maybe, as like my next project. No animals near mace race. Dude, that is so cool, that trophy. The thing is, I realized I'd have to go get another mace. Oh, these need repairing. Dang, let's go repair them. Let's take a trip to the end. Let's take a trip to the end, my friend. This is the end. Okay. You're so glad you're not wearing headphones. For some reason, your specific mic makes me feel like you're in my brain. Do you mean this type of talking right here? Slight difference. Interesting. So you're not talking to us when you're talking to us, is the kind of heaven. Now, what I'm doing is, like, if I look at chat and talk, I will, my mouth will be tilted away because I'm turning my head. It will be tilted away from the microphone. If I look to the noises in my ear, it'll be towards the microphone. Like, I have the microphone to the side of me. I found like when I put it in the front of me, it stops me looking at my keyboard. And it also seems to pick up more breathing sounds. So I put it to the side. Ow. X, careful on people with the name tag. Say what? You ate chips for breakfast, totally healthy. Honestly, I think chips aren't like particularly unhealthy. They're just potatoes, right? They are, you know, they are cooked in oil. So maybe what oil you have with it changes it. But I consider like potatoes to be, they're a vegetable, but like not the most nutritious. They're more like a source of energy and carbs. I don't think eating chips is particularly bad. But maybe like what kind of oil you cook them in affects them. But the usual rule of thumb with a lot of stuff is you are craving salt. Well, the thing is, when you crave salt, it's probably because your body is lacking it, right? So like you need your electrolytes and stuff. The fried part is the problem, says Maddie. Yeah, I'm not sure that it's too bad. It maybe depends on what type of oil you cook it in, but the usual thing is like moderation. As long as you're not eating loads of chips every day, like you need some diversity in your diet. I'm pretty sure like chips aren't that bad. Just eat the unfried chips. Hey, get yourself, when you go to the shop, buy some potatoes, right? Slice them yourself and cook them in the oven. Seasoning, just use salt and pepper, right? No oil, just put them in the oven. And apparently, according to John and Hank Green, you can survive on only sweet potatoes and potatoes. Sweet potatoes are really nice, especially like when they're chips. In fact, you can air fry them as well. So that way, if you're a little concerned about the oil, you can just skip that. But again, like, that doesn't mean like you can eat it round the clock 24/7 because you're not dipping it in oil or something. It's all about like moderation and kind of like diversity of diet, really. Making sure you're hitting lots of different vegetables and stuff. Nice variety of nutrition is what you want to aim for. Add breadcrumbs and eggs. Now the breadcrumbs, yeah, not like, again, are kind of like more non-nutritious food, but the egg not too bad. Yeah, don't you usually do that on meat though, not on potatoes, right? It takes you 1 week to eat a 150-gram bag of paprika-flavored chips as a snack, and you don't eat them every day. I don't know how much 150 grams is, like, in terms of chips. I don't eat crisps enough to like look at the label and know the grammage, but I can't help but feel I could eat them in one go. Chips are so moreish, like I don't ever really eat bags of chips because I would just tear through them. In fact, I remember a while back we had like a movie night and there was some chips, and these chips were like really, really tasty. And I was like, I'm just gonna let myself enjoy this one time. And then I ate way too many of them, and I was like, and that's why I don't eat chips. Oh, by the way, we're talking about potato chips now, I think, like crisps. Getting the terminology all messed up. A bag of crisps is around 28 grams. So if we're talking about like a classic Walker's cheese and onion crisp bag, if they're 28 grams, then let's say the big bag, big bag eat thing is about 50. So it'd be like 3 of the big bags. I mean, I could tear through a big bag, but yeah, I reckon discipline would kick in somewhere around 50 grams. I'd be like, okay, you've had plenty. Like, save them for later. You eat a bag of crisps a day. Yeah, I eat a bag of crisps once a year. They're pretty much like on the don't bother with. I had some when I was in Japan. I had some Japanese, I wouldn't call them crisps though. They were weird. They were like big and bulky, and they had seaweed and wasabi sort of baked into them, and they were just so good. Drinking soy sauce as a kid. Whoa. Drinking straight soy sauce. That's crazy right there. Let us now drop these off. I know there's going to be room for them somewhere. Right. I don't need my own head for anything here either. Right, we've got to go drop the maces back. Wasabi rice crackers, they might have been that. I never really translated the label. I just got a bag and I was like, these are amazing. Now. Used to go through a bottle of a fortnight. A bottle of soy sauce a fortnight. That sounds more like you're using it with cooking a lot. You drink soy sauce, honestly. It still tastes terrible, but I still do it. Why would you do it? Are y'all like craving a lot of salt? Are you missing salt in your diet and therefore you're chugging soy sauce even though you don't like it? That's the only explanation I've got right there. We never renamed these, just mace. Plain old mace. You really like how salt tastes. Salt is great. They use it a lot in cooking to bring out the flavor of things. It's just, you know, you don't want to overdo it particularly. I feel like there's more stuff here since the last time I was here. And there's a hole. There's a pond. I want to play this game again, by the way. I think I might play Wordle today as well. Kind of in the mood for playing some Wordle. I'm really bad with word games, but I kind of like playing them anyway. What's that? Why do I feel like this is a thing? Mobs don't attack me. Okay, it's not a secret entrance. You haven't had a small salad in a while. I should make one again, says Elo. Try and have like some salad like every day, every other day. Because salad is just, you know, lots of different salad veg. I mean, if they're vegetables, you call it salad veg though, because you don't like chop up a parsnip in a salad, right? But that, like, we're talking about like diversity of diet. That's, you know, a good example. Like you chop up lots of little things. Some leafy stuff, some tomatoes, some celery, red pepper or whatever. Right, mailbox is next for me. Let's go to my mailbox. 5 a day keeps the doctor away. That's what they say. They do say that, don't they? Hey, X, an early Saturday morning stream is a nice surprise, says Breezy Sparrow. Oh, glad to hear it. X has to run his errands. It's what we do on stream. We do errands. I need to do simple stuff when I stream. I mean, I can do redstone. I really like doing redstone on stream. I just haven't right now got a thing for it. All of my I have like different types of creative energy, right? And a lot of it is like resting on something that I won't be able to show you for a long time. So when it comes to doing a particular project I could do on Hermitcraft, it's kind of like all that energy sitting in another place right now. So I haven't been doing much redstone because of that, because it's all kind of somewhere else. Yo! Durai and... Wait, who is this from? Durai and Sherd. Sherd is Ren. And wasn't it a diamond block? But hey, we'd be given 20 diamonds. I won't complain. I guess this is time to do a round trip of the whole shopping district. Okay, let's go put these things away. Did I write on that? I did. I half thought someone else might have written something on it. So we need a 250 and a 500. Let's go over to the trophy shop. Yeah, chat, you are confirming it's Ren, yeah. You do like meat salads, but veggies is not for me. Yeah, I mean, like, if you don't want to change your diet and stuff, that's fine. But like, if you want to make improvements, you do want to get the veggies in there. The thing with salads is you can put stuff in it that kind of overpowers the vegetables, right? So you can put in meats or like olives are quite good, or some like mayo sauce. There's stuff that you can put in to kind of like sway the salad away from the base of the salad, if that makes sense. And then look at that trophy, isn't it amazing? Salad fruits for sugar. You can have a fruit salad, yeah. Cold Shot says, man, I miss MC. Have you not been playing for a while? It's one of those games, like, if ever you get into it, you'll always have a little space of yourself carved out for Minecraft. Look at this that Efo's done. I said I would play it once he, once he built the front, I said I would play it, right? Ooh, although has he built the sides? I think the sides still need some work, Efo, but yeah, I have to play it now that it's got a front. It looks so cool, though. Seriously cool. Go explore the shopping district, there's something new. What I do need to do is actually do a little roundup of, like, profits and stuff. And we'll keep an eye out for something new. So, first stop on our journey would be over here. Hey, the diamonds, they roll in. Ah! Oh my god, what a genuine reaction. So genuine. Play it, says Doomed Notch. I said I felt like playing Wordle. Maybe we'll do Ravager Rush as well. You got a new PC and it won't run right, says Cold Shot. Ah. Yes. There's a saying in life, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And I love that saying. Because I hate fixing stuff. Like, once something's up and running and working, I don't want to change it. I took the price block, I did. That's why they're not stacked together down here. Whoopsie. I got too excited, I guess. Well, now I'll know not to do that again. Yo. I don't know what I'm going to do about copper. I don't have a farm anymore. It's just like, this is the last of it. I guess now that the permits are done for, it doesn't really matter if I don't restock it. Now, these ones were way more popular. See? Oh my god. Oh my god, so many diamonds. What do you reckon the odds of running Minecraft on a MacBook? Depends how old the model is. I think you can run Minecraft on a Mac. Doesn't Mumbo do it all on a Mac? Okay. Explosions. Now, I don't expect these things to sell at all. And no surprise they haven't. These keys, though, I was thinking if you want another mace, because I might want another mace for another game, it's such a grind to get a mace. I feel like... I don't know, like, why would you want a mace in Minecraft, and why would you want maybe a lot of them? Minigames are a great incentive. They're a bit of fun in PvP, but there isn't like a killer app. It's not like in order to... Let's say you could only kill the Wither with a mace, then you give it like this set-in-stone use where you have to get the mace for that. I like those kind of incentives in a game. When things are a bit more optional, and then you have to grind to get this optional thing, it feels a little bit like of a put-off. What do y'all think? Am I making sense? That's just how I feel about it, I guess. Lime is my other colour. And I think light blue or blue. I think it was blue. Yeah, because these other profits have been here for some time. Unclaimed. Although, if the permits are gone, who owns this shop? Wait, whose profits are these if the permits don't matter anymore? I mean, who built this shop? Maybe me and Joe should just claim this stuff up. Yeah, I think we need to go get some black wool. Seems like it's very popular. Yeah, I can put like 27 stacks into here. Whenever I come through this area, I'm always like, do I have another shop? And it's just the one here. It's just this one. Again, because the permits are gone, who owns this? I don't know. Right, I didn't see anything new when I was passing through. Maybe I missed it. Cub says free Jev. We need to change that. We need to change that at some point. Maddie says, I feel the same. More things in Minecraft need niche uses that players can find through advancements and achievements. Yeah, I think using advancements and achievements is a great way to direct players. Alright, so we're going to go get black wool. but let's not lose count of things here. So calculator, 128 plus 45 is 173. I'm going to need that again in a second, aren't I? Because now it's like, oh, on to the next page. I think I'm just going to start like this. 173, comma, whatever the next time is. Calculator. Yes, please. 4529 plus 173. 4702. Very good, very good. Isn't the glass shop Ethos? I think Cubfan built the glass shop. And then multiple of us had the permits for it, right? Okay, so we've got to mail that back to Ren, which is just a quick thing we can do before we go get the black wool. Killing any boss with a mace should give you a different achievement. I like the idea of using a mace to kill something and getting a different drop. Ah, now we're onto something. Okay. That's actually sounds like a really good idea. So let's like think it through. I think when you add stuff to this game, you should always consider like how it could be exploited and farmed. But to me, it sounds like it would create a really cool incentive to make a different type of farm. And if you wanted to automate it, you would do stuff like send the player up like a water bubble column, right? And then push them off the edge, they fall down, you time the click on the mob. So you're incentivized to do something a little different than normal anyway. But then as long as the reward isn't particularly crazy, like if we're talking about just getting some like decorative items, you've just like introduced a ton of new stuff. So like maybe not every mob in the game, but maybe like several different mobs that spawn in different places will drop something different if you kill them with the mace, right? Now if a player wants to go and build a big perimeter farm and then come up with a new contraption to help automate the process of getting this item, they can. It gives that crowd something new. It sounds off the top of my head like it would be a heck of a lot of effort for not a lot of rewards, which I think is something you need in this game. You do need some of your automation and farm stuff not to be OP. And it sounds like there's an opportunity to do that in a way where it wouldn't be OP. Then you get to add a bunch of new decorative stuff just off the back of the mace. This could really be something, I reckon. They should make it so that killing the mob with a mace in vanilla drops the mob head. That might be a really good idea. However, I don't think you should touch the way you currently do it for certain ones. The sniffer should drop leaves. Like it's full of them. Alright, I'm going to make a little note. I really like this idea. Making a little note. I don't have much like desire to make content like videos and stuff as much anymore. Whereas like back in the day, I'd just make a video about stuff all the time. Oh, we like out of black wool. Why is that? Well, first of all, aren't I looking in the wrong one? Maybe the shears are out? The shears don't appear to be out. I think we just haven't AFK'd here in a while, right? Yeah, we need some AFK over here. And maybe I'll do that at the end of the stream. AFK over here and get the wall going again. Tunnel rats would be fun with those random drops. Which random drops? Which random drops are we talking about? I wonder if I've got a bunch of black wool back at my base. Like, I like the idea of tunnel rats having a random drops mode or something. That could be really, really funny. All the loot tables just get replaced with random items. Yeah, I mean, I got like a tiny bit here. This is what I was thinking. Do I have like a box of it? Because sometimes I just end up with a big old box of stuff. This stuff should be moved. I've just realized this is like in the wrong place now. Because I eventually realized that I needed to take some of the Season 11 ideas and put them into this system by doing this. So now all of those technically belong somewhere else. Let's see if we can take care of this. Also, you just realized X has actually cleaned the fridge and checked his mail on HC after his trip. Shops are kind of like the fridge, and then the mail is mail. Yeah, maybe I've just checked my mail and gathered my profits. Maybe that's what I've done. So yeah, these though... Yeah, I think I would just put them over here now, right? Like all the colour stuff goes in this one. You've woken up to thunder and you're very surprised to see me live. Welcome to the stream, Nails. So all of these should have a place in the system. The upgraded system, let's say. I don't know why stone and cobble is over here, though. Right, so where are flowers? Flowers are here. You're not a flower. Glowstone, I think, was back here somewhere. Ah, so what side do I put it in? Probably the one with the least. And then lighting is here, so candles would be there. I don't know where snowballs are. And where's lava as well? I think lava is like an exception because it's stackable. So maybe actually lava survives. I'm going to leave... Actually, no. All of that has a new location it should go. So lava will go over here. Alright, stones. White things and snowballs. Where's the snow at? What color is the snow if it's not white? Oh god, here we go again. This is why I had those icons on it. I don't know which one is snow. Oh my god, thank goodness. That is that snow as well? Let's check. Snow blocks. I thought they were like concrete and stuff. Okay, they got to go in. Right, what we got next? The stone stuff. It's always like... It always takes me forever to find this next one. I never seem to remember where it actually is. Well... I feel like I've checked them all. Did I miss one? Is it a black one? Yo, Wither Roses are over there. I didn't realise that. Oh my god, this is my life sometimes. I can't wait for the next season. I need that new system. Maybe I should just build it now. Move everything over. Oh my god. Where is it? Like it wouldn't be in a different color, like it would be in a gray or a neutral. Is it over here? shouldn't be this far back. Cobble is all the way over here. Dude, this is super annoying. Where is it? Oh my god, I can't find it. Can I add signs in front? No, they would pop off. Hey, what if it's one of these? Nope. Where is it? Oh my god, I'm just going to leave them back there. What am I looking for? The smooth smelted stone. Right, down here is where the stone would end up, right? And then cobble would be down here as well. You can add an item frame on the opposite side of the wall. Not really. Not really. So now, I think everything in here is just copper, right? That's a lot of... When did I get that? Wait a minute. I thought I was, like, really out of copper. Is this when I did the supply run? Oh, I must have just got way more than I realized off of Joe. Yeah, anyway, all of this stuff can go into here. Like, maybe I can stock up the copper a bit more, right? Like, we've got some wax there that could go in. There's some more to go with it. Because this stuff was selling. Then there's even some at that level. Maybe I forgot. Maybe last time I checked, I just forgot that this was all over here. Watch, you don't even have a smooth stone spot. Oh no, I have one there. Like, I found it before, and it's taken me time to find it. I think what might have happened is I might have added something new and replaced it. But there's one over here. Like, I know, I've used it before. You finally caught an X stream. Miki Moo, welcome to the stream. I like the username. Alright, so like that and that. We're probably fresh out of that stuff. Okay, what else is in here? Like, more of the waxed. Here we go. I reckon I forgot that I had those ones around the corner last time I did stock up, because there's some good stuff right here. Okay. And then this stuff we can like we can wax. So now we need some honeycomb. Let's go grab that. Actually, now I think about it, I don't think I'm going to need 2 shulker boxes worth. I'll just get the one for now. Did I see the Just Create SMP which Chosen Architect is playing? I think I saw a little bit of it the other day. Create is one of those mods that is super enticing, but then I remind myself that it's kind of like part of the Minecraft grind. And I'm like a one world player. So I can't grind on 2 Minecraft worlds. My brain don't like it. Interesting. What are we looking at here? The timer wouldn't have stopped, right? Maybe they can't push down because it's too many blocks? Either way, that was a terrible farm. Oh, and I left some blocks behind. I guess these need sorting away, didn't they? Then I'm going to find out that, like, the new firefly bushes need a home. Oh my god. It never ends, the sorting process, does it? Never ends. You just found a mosquito hiding below your desk near your legs. How big are mosquitoes? I took a mosquito net thing with me to Japan, and then I was told when I got there that we didn't have to worry about it. Oh, you've had your first coffee. I've still got this coffee here. I need it for the caffeine, even though it's cold now. Good stuff. Everyone needs their morning cuppa. Right, so now we restock. For goodness sake, I didn't pick up all the boxes. This is just a scam. This is a scam to get me to use more rockets, that's what it is. Maddie says that there are multiple types of mosquito. This one was 1 centimeter in length, but you've seen ones above 2. 1 centimeter, that's not very big, is it? X, you're really jumpy all over the place today, says Forgirl. Am I? I don't think I'm jumping all over the place. Right, let's go back. Scam for rockets. Did Etho make his way onto Hermitcraft from LPM4? Wait, Ed. I don't know. Anyway, Etho runs the rocket shop wherever it is. Did it get blown up or something? No. Here it is. His super sneaky, super secret. Not Etho, Dead Ed from LPM4. Well, when I was reading that message, I thought it was a typo, because, like, who on Hermitcraft is Ed? E. I don't know, Etho. Xisuma, you have made Let's Play content for over 10 years. How does it feel to know you were probably a big part of some people's childhoods, or do you just not think about that? It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. It's kind of like I was saying earlier, though, that, like, I don't let stuff like that go to my head, though. That's just an online thing. Hey, I did this thing online, and for some people it was a big deal to them. But, like, yeah, it's awesome. It's great. It's lovely to know. But at the same time, like, it's not something that goes to my head or anything, right? Okay, so this stuff's super low. These two now stocked up. Well, that one's getting low. And then at the end here, yeah, we only actually needed 4 stacks of that. So we'll keep it stocked up. And just double checking this one. Yeah, all good. It'd be nice if you could press spacebar and repeat the thing in here, not just the crafting table. Right, let's pick these things up and take them back. I had some stuff that I needed to do today, some like building stuff, but I feel like the brain maybe just hasn't turned on creatively yet. I don't think we're going to do any of that. I think after we've done this, we're going to go play Wordle. Do I feel any kind of responsibility because you think you would? Yeah, I do feel responsibility with broadcasting myself onto the internet. When I started doing all of this, I was kind of at a turning point where I was like, I think naturally just maturing and getting older and reflecting on some of my behavior, and I'd noticed how like desensitized to violence video games were making me, and probably movies as well. And yeah, I kind of started to like steer away from like swearing and playing those kind of video games. And then I was in a place where I was, you know, entertaining other people, and I think it just kind of accelerated that process of like maturing and taking a bit more like responsibility, taking things a bit more seriously. Yeah, I can't be bothered to do all of this. I can't, but I will. Oh, there's more. There's more dirt and redstone and gunpowder, and got to put them in the right place. What was that one? That was all grey blocks. Why am I waxing the oxidized copper? That's just how I sell it, because it got auto-crafted that way. It doesn't make sense to, but I just do it anyway, because I guess I have been doing it that way. Honey should be around here, actually. And it should definitely be in yellow, but it might be in orange. It's an orange. Okay, so those are empty. Redstone is this one. Gunpowder is also down the end here somewhere. I'm sure. I'm sure it was down the end here. Like in a grey box, right? Like, what other colour would I put it in? Apparently not. Huh. I just should have put the gunpowder in this one. Right, and then dirt and stone and all that stuff goes over here. Peardle was the sequel made by Pearl. Oh yeah. It's called Peardle, isn't it? Such a great pun. Totally convenient as well. Like, when a pun just fits your name, it's like, yeah. That's handy. Taking things seriously, I can't be bothered to do this is such a funny sentence. Yeah. Do you have any base plans for Season 11? Because you like the base plan from Season 7. I've kind of got a few ideas rumbling around in my head, but I haven't really like landed on anything yet. So much redstone. So much redstone. Not enough time. What? Yeah, on the topic though of like broadcasting yourself onto the internet, like the Xisuma Says channel, and like starting to share like thoughts and opinions on stuff going on in the world, like doing that for a little while again kind of like made me want to take that super responsibly as well. But I also think it's kind of the reason I don't do it anymore is because I feel like there is just a lot of content online where the incentive is just to get people engaged. That doesn't mean it's always negative or anything, but a lot of content now online is just about like getting your engagement. And so I feel like sometimes we're like wasting our own time consuming stuff online. Like I've been trying to consume less YouTube videos about this thing and that thing that's happening in the world, and like try and learn more and try and be creative more and do something more engaging. And I guess then whenever I have like an idea of doing something for the Xisuma Says channel, I'm kind of reminded of how like you're just grabbing people's attention. I mean, that isn't technically what I'm trying to do, because obviously I don't run the channel to grow it or anything like that, you know? But I'm just kind of aware of that. This ecosystem that we have now of like attention, attention, attention. I'm going to put all of this stuff into a box, ready for sorting. In fact, I might just run the sorter now, because I need to AFK after this stream, right? That would mean I won't have my ender chest with me. And I might need a few diamonds if we're going to go play Ravager Rush or something like that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get the camera account on. Let's get this thing going, and then we'll play some games. Because I think the creative energy isn't with me in the morning. X, what if I told you you can build outside the world border? What if? What if, eh? But you're not going to tell me that, are you? You're not going to tell me that. That sounds impossible. Surely you can't do that. Right, okay, that's my little trash bag. I like it. Helps keep the inventory clean. Right, so we've got loads of shulker boxes, and then that's my TCG deck, and for the longest time, those have been sitting there haunting my dreams. Now they're not. X, misread. I mean, I'll have like 7 seasons worth of base plans in the span of a month. At least if I ever join an SMP, I'm prepared, because a lot of those ideas are story driven, which loses its fun just for a single player server. Ah, okay. Well, yeah, I could have a lot of ideas. In fact, ideas are jumping around in my head all the time, but it's like, when I say what my plan will be for a future season, it's more like knuckling down and really picking the right idea. And so I've got a concept that works at the moment, but like I'm still playing around with different aspects of it, and hopefully something will click, and then it'll be like, that's the one to do, right? Because I got loads of ideas, if you want to put it like that. It's just, I could roll the dice and pick one at random, or I could take my time to really figure out what's the key idea here, like what could be really good, what could be the best. Bedrock doesn't have world border, really? Dang. Okay, let's get this. Oh, do you know what I haven't done? I haven't drunk any water. I can't believe it. I need to drink some water. Usually I drink quite a lot at the beginning of the day. X, I'd like to get a PC, but I don't know which one to have. Do you have any recommendations? Yeah, I would like legitimately recommend not asking random people for a computer suggestion with like no context. First of all, I might be a complete and utter idiot when it comes to computers, and I'll be like, yeah, get the MacBook 2010 large edition, and that's like, oh, that's a 15-year-old computer. Like, probably not that extreme. And then if you're not going to provide on any context, like someone might tell you to get this really expensive, super duper top of the range machine, and all you want to do on it is use Google Docs, you know? Like, you want to inform yourself, you want to learn, you want to get some knowledge about computers, you know, and you want to know what you want to use it for, right? So if it's like, well, I'm only going to use it a little bit, and I'm going to do stuff for work like documents and spreadsheets, then I'll be like, okay, you probably need something really lightweight. But you maybe consider getting like a Chromebook or a laptop, because then it's portable as well, and you could, if you've got a spare monitor lying around, you could plug it in with a cable and use it like it's a PC. Like, yeah, you gotta inform yourself, you know. You got a question. You don't normally watch Hermitcraft stuff, as Minecraft videos aren't your thing anymore, but does Xisuma have a Discord? I do, and you can join it if you are a subscriber here on Twitch. A subscriber of any type. Gifted, Amazon Prime subscriptions are welcome. You get access for 33 days, which gives you time to resub if you want to stay a part of the community. It also gives you access to our Let's Play Minecraft Together server too. So if ever you're looking for a multiplayer community to be a part of in Discord or on a Minecraft server, you can just use your subscription here to be a part of it. So it's like a 2-for-1 thing. Any advice for Minecraft YouTubing, like how to have the courage to just ramble without feeling like the comments will attack you for talking too much? Raspberry, I would say you're overthinking it. Like, if you want to talk and ramble, and then someone's got a problem with it and they're commenting about it, like, that's on them, you know? Like, that's their problem. Like, it's your video, you know? So I would say, like, don't overthink stuff, just do. do more. And if you make mistakes along the way, you'll have to read. X, read the rest of the message. Did I not read it all? Let's see. Wait. If so, what's the username? As I'm fairly certain I got one of those pesky impersonators talking to me in the DMs of my Discord. By fairly certain, I mean like almost guaranteed. Also, if there's a Discord server for y'all, I'm not in it either way. That's some more sketchy. Are you saying that you joined a... I'm not sure what you're saying. Like, are you saying that you joined an Xisuma Discord, but you don't think it's the right one? Either way, like, with impersonations and, you know, fake things online, you've always got to do a little bit of diligence and have your spidey senses ready to tingle. You know, you got to have that little edge to look out. I think for some people they don't quite have it. I feel like I'm the sort of person that knows what I'm looking for. Oh, I mentioned it, and then we get a couple of Prime subscriptions coming through. Yo, Billman68. I want to watch the animation this time. I gotta go change it on my other screen. Ladies and gentlemen, another victim of the dungeon. 100 months for Mr. Billman68. That's right. You heard me correctly. All of these people have been subscribed for over 100 months. That is like one more month than 99. Oh my god, what? Mind broken. It's not 10 years though. Another 20 months for 10 years. Yo, this is so cool. Sally Ann getting in the push-ups, keeping in shape. We need someone doing crunches in here. Look at all these legends. This is what you get though. Deadhead's just rocking out. Deadhead's like, I like it here. I think James Drew is doing a boogie as well. Oh, look at Michael Stickle boxing. Billman, there you are. And then we got Golden TNT, MSD, and Jay's on fire. I feel like maybe things are a little out of order there, or maybe those chaps haven't come in at quite the right time. I guess like subscriptions don't roll around on an exact date, so yeah, things can be a little out of order. Who and how animates them, says Lil Spag Bolt. It's all done by the Puka, who actually animates on stream. So if ever you want to go follow the Puka, spelt with an E, ThePooka, go check him out on Twitch. Yo, DJ Eckle, thank you for your Prime. 79 months. Much appreciated, my dude. Thanks for supporting me here on the Twitch. Veritai says, I'm not getting that amount of months anytime soon. However, you could also calculate in exactly how many months you could get it, right? Maths. Oh my god. Such a nerd. Alright, so we're ready for the sort. We're ready for the big sort. We do that. We watch the boxes drain, and then we lock it again. And off they go to be sorted. Beautiful. I don't know if I need to give it any time for stuff down below to work, but I'm pretty sure I added this myself and it just locks it here. So I think we're good. Always bring a box with you, and we'll bring some diamonds. So we're going to play some games. Maybe a few more rockets. We're going to be flying around a bit. In a decade, says Veritai. Oh, yeah. What did I just say about maths and numbers? A decade? A decade is 120 months, my friend. So 20 less than a decade. You know, D minus 20. Well done. Maths is not your strong suit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right. Right, what's going on? I feel like I'm looking for something and not seeing it. It's because it's over here. Yeah, it's because it's a little further away. My brain was getting a little kerfuffled there. I didn't quite understand what's going on. X, how do you approach balancing time-consuming entertainment versus creating another commitment? So I find myself nearly always having something playing to at least listen to, and I find it difficult to cut back when I need to. Wow, I feel like you asked a question, but like kind of maybe put in the answer. So I'm gonna do like I'm a Xisuma therapist today, sitting on the couch listening to your questions. Like I feel like you're asking something and sort of sharing a little insight there, and it's one that maybe I'm just reflecting my own personal experience here. But when you talk about always having something to play and listen to, and you find it to cut back, that is I think a symptom of our current age of like air quotes content stimulation. Like we're always reaching to some sort of thing when there's silence because it's so easily accessible, and content is created to entertain us in those moments of silence. But then we become a little constantly overstimulated and overwhelmed, and when I think you're overstimulated, it's hard to be then creative in your own way. So I think you've like told you know what the answer is. You just got to exercise that discipline to cut back. And it can be tricky, and willpower is something that we have, but we don't have infinite amounts of it, so you got to pick your moments. But if you can start to build that up, I think you'll find other things will fall into place. For me, I've been cutting back on how much I consume, listening to music more as my kind of like fill the silence thing, which is what I used to always do. And with that, then I think, you know, creativity just kind of flows, you know? So being less overwhelmed with stuff is good. Like I kind of get sick of opening Netflix sometimes when I want to watch something. Like yesterday I was playing on Hermitcraft and I thought, while I'm playing, I'll maybe put on a show. And then I'm just bombarded by all this choice. And I kind of remember when I was younger, there wasn't all this choice always there. And then you used to hear about something and it'd be like, oh, that sounds really good. You maybe have to go to the shop, get a DVD, or wait for it to come on the telly. And so there was more of a process around finding stuff and then you moving to enjoy it. And I just remember it just being so much easier to like watch stuff when there was less choice. It's weird. It's weird how stuff like that works, you know? I have some anxiety stuff going on, and I often work with a stream on in one window because it helps me ground. That's obviously not universal though, says Wandering Mars. Yeah. Breezy Sparrow, thank you for the lovely message, and thank you for the lovely response. I say lovely message. Well, I mean, it was a really good question. It was a really good question. Yeah, you consumed instead of it consuming you. I feel that. Oh, getting poetic now. Getting poetic. Quality over quantity, I guess. Yes. However, like, because there's so much quantity, you kind of don't know where the quality is, right? But also, it just makes you feel like you want to disengage a little bit. So, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. As a child, you would always turn the sci-fi channel on and only watch that. Yeah, that's just like a singular, simple thing to do, isn't it? That's what music is for me. I can just go to my record collection and pick something. And that works. Right, we'll set our spawn here in case Peardle kills us. Yo, Tilda MC, thank you for the Amazon Prime subscription. 26 months, you're satisfying your lack of stimulation with your stream this morning. Thanks for tuning in, my dude. Thanks for tuning in. When you want to be creative, I first drive bicycle for some kilometers. After this, my head is full of ideas, says Friendo. Yeah, it's the same with like walking and running as well. Like I think exercise just kind of gives your brain that space, you know. But if you went cycling with like headphones in your ear listening to a podcast, you probably wouldn't have like quite as strong an effect, right? We're gonna go. Wait, we're going to go over here. It looks like it's ready to play again. Did Pearl add, like, extra letters to the game that weren't here before? Because I know that was something she was trying to do. Let's go read this again. Or blitz through it a little bit. So we know what the game is. Right, so 4 letters that don't appear. I think I saw one of them. I saw X. Y. Were they not here last time we played? I don't think they were. Also, I'm going to clear out my inventory a little bit for this. One diamond per attempt. Very generous. 16th of June, so in a couple of days. Dang. Right, 5 guesses. Grab supplies from the marked chest. Then you place a letter in the item frame. Confirm your guess with the button on the left. Correctly placed letters will light up the bulb. Incorrect will appear in the right barrel. In the red barrel to the right. Correct letters but incorrectly placed will appear in the yellow. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing. It's the resetting stuff that I probably... Oh, you only have 10 minutes? Interesting. Maybe next time when we come back... Because I'm going to stream on Monday. If we do Hermitcraft, I think... maybe we'll try a hard mode one, right? All letters are now present. Thank you, Bert. She hasn't updated the book. Cool. Right, now there's this strategy where, like, there's a word that's the best one to start with, but I don't know what it is. But you don't want to double up on letters. But you want to use some consonants and vowels, maybe a Y. What about teary? Wait, is teary a word? T-E-A-R. Tear is, but like teary-eyed, so... Because that's like, an E and an A is good. I feel like T and R, they pop up together a lot, like true. Feels like a strong guess. Adeu or audio? Adeu is a really good guess. But is teary allowed? Teary, yes, says Atheon. I mean, if you're wrong, oh, I'll be so angry. I'll be like, it's all your fault. I can't take any responsibility for this guess. My hands were tied. Teary. I feel like I'm supposed to do something else with these letters, though. Like, I've got 6 at each of them. Why do I feel like I'm missing something? Dropper. Yeah. Oh, you put one in the dropper as well, right? Thank you. Thank you. I guess you maybe have 6 of these because this isn't like a word, but like you would have 5 of the same letter and 1 up there, right? No, then you need 5 up there. I don't know why there's 6 of each. Maybe, okay, actually, maybe it's because there's a word that has the same letter 3 times, and it's probably not true of all of these letters, but then you would just have 6 of each because, like, that's the most you would put in at one time. I think that's the reasoning behind it. We got there in the end. 5 attempts, let's go. Oh, maybe it's related to the amount of attempts you have. I don't know. Okay, our word, it begins with T. Oh, we have to wait a little bit. No, it doesn't begin with T. That is guess 1. Wow, okay. So the only letter in the incorrect spot is E. So let's go ahead and put these away for the time being. And now I think we have to go back to doing a guess again. I feel like that Adeu one is probably a good idea now. Where is A? We got D. I. U. That's Q. Oh my god, I'm an absolute numpty. It's up here. Okay, well, in that case, then I'm, you know, I'm gonna use, like, I like to do these guesses myself. I was being a bit cheeky there, taking them up in chat. I'm tempted to maybe throw in like CK. I like those letters that appear together. And I might not do my second guess with an E. But okay, A's out of the mix, so IOU. And maybe get an S and a Y in. These are like key letters that kind of narrow things down, I feel like. Seki. Seki's a word, isn't it? Definitely is a word. Where's the Y? That's a V. No, I've already done Y. Oh my god, what, I'm such a numpty. Okay, we're definitely getting S in there. I think we need to get O in. So now now you can watch as my brain is so terrible with like words that I have to start like imagining that there's like an M here. Simo, that doesn't sound like a thing. Maybe O might be better there. Okay, A isn't a thing. Soul? S-O-L-E is a word. Soul. I don't think you put a D on the end of it. Sob? It's hard to explain, but like my brain is very blank. So I'm picturing S-O and like words just don't come. I just don't see much, right? Like, and then I put a G there and then my brain's like soggy, right? Sonnet? But we've already done T. So this is the way I get words out of my head. What about like, so is there any EO together? I feel like E and O don't go together much. Maybe we should try I. Also, we don't want the E to be the second letter. What about slice? Okay, if my brain gives me a word, and it might not be the most optimal, but like I feel like I should go for it. You know, like my brain gave me something, so thank you, brain. Let's try slice. Let's try slice. Press the button. Sound effects. We like them. Soggy's a word, says Bert. It is, yeah. Okay, so... Dude, did every... Oh my god, that's brutal. Okay, so we know E isn't a... Oh my god. This makes me feel bad at the game. Slice, not a good guess. So now we know that E isn't the last or the second letter. I mean, it might be the first, right? So... My brain thinks Earth, but we're missing some of those letters. Ed? No. Equity? Equip? These are 6-letter words. Oh my god, okay. Eggy. Egypt. So it's either at the beginning or before the end, but not the second, right? Exile, except L is gone and E isn't at the end again. Exist. Do we have I, or did we get rid of we? Yeah, okay, I is gone. So O is basically the other vowel. We can probably say it's going to have an O somewhere here. And then what about other consonants that go together? Like you can have double letters like N a lot. As for other like combos, C is out, so we don't have CK. We don't have TH. So I think we might have like a double letter thing in the middle. It could also start with O and end in E. What would be the last letter? Like I don't think B would appear at the end of a word like this. N might, or D. So I feel like N and D maybe are more likely to be at the end of this word. EBONY, ebony, but Y is out. What's that? H? I'm picturing these letters just dropping in here and like... I don't know. Oh, we've also got U. Eulogy. Emotes. Except T is out. Maybe starting with E is not a good idea. We could do FO. Fo. Don't think there's any other letters we can put on the end of that. Joe! Ho! Joe! No, I'm not going to make jokes. The Popo! Oh my god. Woes. I don't feel like you can put more at the end of that. Oh no, that way it can't be. Okay. Boned. I don't think it's that. Modern. This feels like an arrangement where I might be able to find a word. Anyway, how are y'all liking me playing this? Is it not driving you mad? Hope. Hoped? Come on, yeah, hope's the word. Hey, we found the word. That's me. This is how I play the game. I win when I find a word. That's like a dopamine rush. I actually found one. It's probably I was gonna say it's probably got like double P, but that would be hopped. So if you hoped for something, you know, hoped. Come on. Wordle win free today, right? Whoa! Now, are any of those other letters going to go in here? Ah. No H, no P, no D, but now we've got two letters in the right spot. So now we're looking at just figuring out what are the other letters that go in here. Ooh, let's put our rarer letters over to the side here. I feel like Q, there's no QU, so that one's probably out of the mix as well. So let's maybe focus on these. Maybe the last letter. I feel like the last letter is probably most likely to be a B or an N. No, wait, but B isn't really at the end of a word much, is it? I should pull up some like English dictionary word statistics and have a look and use that to play this game. Woven? Wait, woven is... Okay, I'm going to try that one because like the V got added, so like Pearl's obviously going to want to make use of the new letters. I don't know why they weren't originally in there. I think it was a redstone thing. I've still got to put in that guess, haven't I? Woven! Safari Park. Let's go. Well, we now know the last letter is N. Interesting. Oh, she didn't have enough flowers for the letters originally. Huh. Okay. I guess they added... Well, when did they add the sniffer thing? Maybe she just expanded it and was like, you know what? I can use these other ones. Wait, D wasn't... Did I lose track of one that was... Oh, D was actually... Oh my god, when did I make that mistake? Oh... Silly me. Well, that's gonna make the last part here kind of Odin. right? Godin, Woden. No, you, that is. Foden? These don't really sound like Foden. Joden. These don't sound like words to me. Zoden. So I reckon D there. D-O something E-N. Doggen. Docken. Dobben. These don't sound like words either. Doman? Doxon? Dozen. Is that a dozen? Oh, I bet that's it, isn't it? D-O-Z-E-N. I've only got one Z. It's because I was doing things the wrong way. How wouldn't it be funny if it took me a dozen attempts? Dozen. It's got to be, right? Got to be using those new letters. Yay! With explosions! Woohoo!
You have guessed the word correctly.
Yay!
Congratulations. Enjoy your prize.
Woo! Brain smarts. Brain smarts. I get to enjoy my prize, which has got flowers in it. And dice. Isn't that lovely? Right. Got to take all of these things and put them back. We got through a lot of letters, didn't we? Let's blibbity bloop blop badoop shoop doop whoop. Put these things in here. We've got a box somewhere around here with our stuff in it. Very nice. And oh, you did well. Other people took longer. Thanks, Bert. Good to know. I'm gonna quickly see if I can find a website that does the thing I just talked about. What should I search? Statistics on frequency of letters in words. Let's have a look. There is. I found an answer. I guess I kind of wanted to know like positions as well. Okay, I feel like there's going to be multiple. This is on a cryptography website. It's probably about what have I been taken to here? It's about ciphers. Okay, right. So I might throw that up on the screen. That's interesting. I kind of want something that like letters in positions. Positions of letters in words. Letter frequency. A study on the statistics of letters in English words. Yo, I'm not finding like some immediate statistics and numbers website. This probably takes some like research, right? Takes a bit of time. You're not going to find something straight away. The site directly related to Wordle though. Okay, let's pull this up. Let's see if I can do this. Window, capture, add source. And then let's go for Chrome. There we go. Right, that's on the screen. Right, we're now looking at Chrome. Okay, so this thing I didn't actually even look at. It's a lot of reading to do there. This is the first thing I found. English letter frequency based on 40,000 words. So E is like the most common. Then T-A-O. Wouldn't it be funny if that made a word? Just the first 5 letters together. But yeah, like these are the letters you want in your first guess, right? Eaten? Isn't that a name though? Or have you eaten something? I think that's with an E at the end. Neato is not a word. Anyway, like you could look at those, maybe like these ones here, and just like come up with a first guess word based on that. But then there's also like the position of letters, right? So this is just frequency. So you can see the like J and Z and all these ones down here probably going to be lower down the list of guesses. Now, there was a back button at the top of this page, right? So, hints, look for short words first. There are only 2 one-letter words in English, and there are only a handful of 2-letter words. Brainstorm with your friends. What are they? Y'all are my friends. Let's brainstorm. Each word in English must have a vowel in it, so you can figure out the 2-letter words. You'll probably have lots of fun. There's only 2 one-letter words. I and A. I'm pretty sure of those. As for the 2-letter words, to, T-O, in, I-N, on, O-N, like, I'm really slow with these. At, from chat, on, at, and, as, yeah, so you would probably, like, just run through the vowels, right, all 5 of them. Although, is there a 2-letter word with a Y in it? That might be an exception. Probably not. By, B-Y, okay, I solved that one pretty quick. At, to, and, as, in, so, be, by. Yeah, says GMAC. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Woofta. Right, look for double letters. Frequent doubles are the pairs SSLLOOEENNPP. So knowing which ones are the most frequent, though, I think would be really cool for this game. A more advanced technique is called frequency analysis, which is used to break any substitution cipher. So this is about like using words in ciphers. So from here on out, like it probably less useful information. But again, ETAIONSR are the most frequent letters in the English language. But like I said, knowing where they appear, like if E is not very frequent as the first letter, then you might want to change your Wordle guess. Because I was kind of interested on positions. Anyway, so then I found this website, Wordle Tools. Scope Solutions. Here we have the position. So let's go to E, the most frequent letter. It's most common as the second or last, right? Count of words with. And then that's the total. What does this mean? Match 1, match 2, match 3. Not sure what the matches is. Count of words with a match. I think that means if you guess a word, there's 886 where it would match. Maybe this is the quantity of letters. So like 2 E's is 168. 3 would be 5. So 5. That would be a brutal game of Wordle, the one that has 3 E's in it. So you'll never have 3 C's in a word. You'll never have 2 J's in a word. That's interesting. Like, knowledge like this when you're playing might be quite helpful. You'll never have 2 X's in a 5-letter word. But yeah, and then, so most common in each position. So guessing an E as the last letter would probably not be too bad. And you could use this information to maybe come up with a guess. So what's the most common first? 369 for S. So that could be a good starting letter. I wonder if the highest of each would make a word. So like, I think 280 is the next slide. So SO. It's not letting me highlight both at once. That's weird. SO. Don't know why that doesn't work. Is it like not working on this page or just doesn't work on the Chrome browser? Huh. Maybe that's like a... What about on a PDF? Oh, it doesn't work in Chrome. Interesting. Okay, S. Then O. Kind of looks like... oh no, SOI. Oh, you're going to end up with all vowels, basically. Yeah, like SOIE, not a word. There are 4 to 6K 4-letter words in English. Why are you saying there's 4 to 6K? Like that's there must be an exact amount of words, right, in the dictionary. So saying there's 4,000 to 6,000, you know, that's like me saying there's just imagine it, like there's about 10 to 20 words for 3 letters. You'd be like, what is it, blurry? Is it sometimes there are words, sometimes they're not? Yeah, let's get rid of this. That was curious. It was curious to have a little look at that. Yo, we got some noises in the ear. Resubs. 17 months from Umbrella. I use arise and touch as my starting words for Wordle. Usually works for me. So arise has the E at the end, but also E, A-R-I. Yeah, those were all in the top lot. And touch. Now, I noticed, though, that touch doesn't have any of the letters that arise does, so you could use arise then touch. I might steal that from you. I might steal that. Wordle accepts 14,856 words. Yeah, you see, there's like a quantifiable number. So how do you have like a range of 4-letter words? It doesn't make any sense. It's like it's not a thing. Spore probably would be a good word to start with. Yeah, spore sounds like a good one. I kind of feel like it'd be really nice to play another round. Maybe Pearl should do like an area for the Peardle addicts where like there's like 3 of these machines so you can play 3 times in a row or something. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Aeons is your go-to. I like that one. That's a cool word. Stare. There's also good guesses coming in here. Right, I read out Emberella. Also, Anonymous gifted a sub to Blue Per Armadillo. You've been gifted a sub. Be sure to say thanks in the chat. Just a random stranger out there gifting a sub. How kind. Let's go sleep in the bed because it's night time. You want to say Impulse uses Ariza as a starter word? If you come down here with a strategy of a starter word, I think the likelihood of 2 hermits having the same starting guess would go up significantly, right? Oh my god, I didn't reset the game. Thank you, chat. Because then you're developing like strategies on how to play. And if the game has a certain set of good strategies for playing, players will find it, right? We did that. Let's double check that we did that. It looks like they're all there. They're not here, and they're not in the item frames. I think we're good. Hard mode not yet active. Oh, maybe you can't do hard mode yet. Interesting. I don't know how long we played that for, but 10 minutes feels like a bit of a crunch for me. Just a row of slot machines. Use create because it has common letters. Yes. Well, we just looked at the list of common letters, right? I think C was probably not in the top 6 or 7, though. What else was on my list of things to do today? I do want to do some stuff over at the art gallery. Let's pick this up. But anyway, we're coming up on 2 hours, which is my general streaming time. So I probably won't start anything. But we've had some really thoughtful questions come through today. So if you got any, I think now's a good time for us to answer some more questions. If you've got any interesting ones. Like we talked a little bit about the flip side of the parasocial relationship, which I think is a really interesting topic. One that I personally feel like I have I've navigated that successfully. Like, oh, I like how that looks when there's nothing on it. It's kind of nice just to have a custom bundle texture, you know? You can make your own little trash bag looking thing. We're going to sort all of that away. Apparently I decided to leave my diamonds in there. Do I have any pets? I don't, but I walk my sister's dog. And I love doing that. And I might do that today, actually, yeah. Yeah, I'll have time to do that today. Assuming you can absolutely build outside of the world border, survival, no cheats in vanilla. I'm sure you can, I'm sure you can. Oh, there's no music in hard mode? Was there music when we were playing? Would have been here for the parasocial conversation because I find that subject interesting, says GM4K. Hey, ask a question about it. We can talk about it a little bit more. I'm just trying to, like, think about what else related to, like, my side of the equation. Because I feel like all the different things that could affect you I've, like, avoided, right? Like, here's a big one. Like, the numbers on the screen and the numbers on the video and all that stuff, like, I've learned that when it's on the way up, it really gives you like a boost and a motivation. And then when it starts to go down, it like messes with your head, like what's going on. And then what I realized is that like you should be thinking about the experience that you're having, and if you're enjoying that and if you're having a good time, and not worry about the numbers, because then your mind is like focused on the wrong thing. Like the value of your time when you're on your deathbed is not, oh, I had so many people on that live stream. No, it's like, did you remember the live streams where you had fun little moments and funny things happened, or you bumped into a hermit and spent 3 hours chatting with them? Like, that's the stuff that counts. Not really the numbers. Obviously, if you do it as a job, the numbers have like a baseline or whatever you need to reach, but yeah, you should really focus on the experience. So as a streamer, when or if ever do you consider a person in stream a friend? In chat, I don't. In general, I don't consider people in chat like an IRL friend. I consider them as people who are out there in the world tuning in and watching my stream. And like, there are definitely people that I will gravitate towards naturally, because maybe just the types of questions they ask, or the insights, or the things they talk about are things that I'm interested in too, or similar, etc. Right? But in my mind, it's like if we met IRL, we would be strangers. And I think that's the way it should be. I think you know people in real life in a different way to how you would know them online. Because being online is quite performative. I heard it of this, I was listening to like a podcast or something about how people are becoming very lonely, and it's happening while we think we're becoming more connected. And it was about communities, and about specifically about the difference between IRL communities and online communities. How when you go online, you can find a niche, you can find a crowd that speaks to the things you can't find IRL. When you find a group of people IRL, you tend to conform more. And then when you find a group of people online, you tend to perform more. That might sound a little strange, but this is really, really interesting, you see. The in-person social cues, body language, and all of this tends to cause us to sort of be in line with other people's behavior more. And then when we're online, we don't have those cues, and we tend to exaggerate the other parts of our personalities more and become more performative. And when I heard it like explained like that, I was like, that makes so much sense. Like, and it's one of the reasons why, again, I don't like crossing over the two. Like, I want my IRL and online life to be separate. Xisuma, the streamer, is a little performance that I do. I would not sit here and talk like this in a room of people. That's not how it works. Right? The other thing it also mentioned is that as people join online communities, this sort of performative nature, it's not as, it doesn't give you as deep a connection as in real life connections, because those come with consequences. Like if you know people where you live, you know, you can't just upend your life and disappear very easily. Whereas online, you can leave a Discord community. You can just stop logging in with that name and create a new one. and that means your connections are much weaker. So, you know, everyone's seen it online. People just disappear sometimes, right? But you can't do that IRL. You can't just disappear from your local community because this is where you live. It's the people you interact with. So, yeah. You know, it's something to think about, I think. Even disregarding the added disconnect and anonymity of being online, streaming is essentially the streamer's workplace. It's not really conductive to forming relationships when you're at work performing for an audience. Yeah, that's it. It is kind of like a workplace. But, you know, there's different types of work, right? And this is a creative workspace and get to play games together and do fun stuff. So, you know, there's that aspect of it that's very enjoyable. All right, I think that'll conclude our chats for today. And I'll go look for some on the raids. Speaking of creativity, I also make music, if you didn't know that. If you're like the one person here that hasn't tuned in before and hear me waffle on about it, go check out Soulside Eclipse. That is my music. If you know, all the major streaming platforms, all the places you can find it. It's free to listen to. Go enjoy it. Hopefully you like what you find. I'll send you to a VTuber that I'm being recommended here, Hachi, who's been live for like 6 hours. I don't know how these people do it. Anyway, sending you to a random channel. I hope you enjoy what you find and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you hopefully again on Monday if all goes to plan. Take care. Bye-bye.